Hey guys, Joe here. So I'm in my backyard. I'm actually cooking steak for dinner. But I was kind of remembering a conversation earlier today that a contractor was asking help for. And basically what they were asking help for is how to increase their closing percent. And, so that, obviously sell more jobs. Now, what I started asking is like, how many leads are coming in and things like that. And there wasn't really many leads coming in, right? And what I was trying, because he was complaining about some of these other guys out there, what they're charging, how it's so much less than what he's charging, and things like that. And what I had to explain to him is that basically, I'm just ready to go. Basically, what was happening is that he was complaining about these other contractors, how much less they were charging. And I'm like, honestly, not to make you feel bad, but the way you feel about this other contractor is when I had my fence company, this is how I felt against you guys, because you're going from an actual, fence company that has the office staff and all that kind of stuff. And then, we had the salespeople and we had 3 people in the office and we had a supervisor and we had all this kind of stuff. And there's just no way to compete against price-wise against basically a guy in a pickup truck with a helper. There's just not. You don't have the shop, you don't have the office, you don't have the advertising budget, you don't, there's a lot of things that you don't have. On top of that, we were subcontracting the jobs out. And so I'm like, for your job that you're, charging $10,500, we'd be at like $12,000 and $13,000, but yet you're complaining about the guy that's charging $10,000 instead of $10,500, right? And I said, the reason why we could do this is because, and I say, how many leads do you have coming in a day? And he's like kind of looking at me. I'm like, how much for a week? And I think he said 5. I'm like, well, because of what I knew how to do with the advertising, I said it wasn't 5 leads a week. I'm like, during peak season, we were getting it was somewhere around 30 to 50 people a day. And I'm like, you have to understand that there's going to be a certain percentage of people that want the absolute cheapest price. They don't care about the materials. They don't care about who's installing it. They don't care about the labor. They don't care about anything. They only care about the price, right? And I said, that's what you got to fix. So you got to start making sure that you're looking at the correct problem or the correct issue that you're having. And if you're trying to increase your sales percent, but you're only talking to 5 people a week, unless you're a new home builder or something charging $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. If you're only doing $5,000 projects, and you have 5 leads coming in a week, it's just not enough jobs. It's just not, right? And so anyway, so I said you got to get more leads. Now here's a few ways that you can get more leads now, right? And so number 1 would be Facebook Marketplace. It's free to use. It's very simple to do. Then there's Craigslist ads. It's how I personally started my fence company. Years ago, Craigslist was more popular than Facebook. But the thing that they started that I had to deal with back then is I'd have to post 2-3 times a day because so many people were posting on there and you want to be at the top of the list, right? Well, now they changed it where it's only $5 per area. And so for me, it's South Jersey, Central Jersey, Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, Delaware, right? So 5 areas. And so they'll charge $5 per ad. So it's $25, but it would last 3 to 4 weeks, right? And so there's not many places you can go and advertise for $25 a month, right? Craigslist happens to be one of them. Now, are you going to get a ton of work? No. But I explained to him, look, what we end up having is, I'm probably 4, 5, 6 years ago, in the wintertime, it was really bad, really, really bad, to the point where I'm I was completely broke. I don't have any, I wasn't going to be able to make payroll, all kinds of things, right? And I said, because of this Craigslist ad, I end up having 2 jobs come through. I got the steak is taking forever. I had 2 jobs come through. One was 300 some feet. The other one was 400 some feet. And long story short, back then it was $5,000 in profit because I didn't charge as much. And we end up it saved, kind of more or less saved the company. So don't think that you're too good for for Craigslist or anything like that. There's all different types of customers, right? But don't automatically assume that it is your competitor or anything like that. Like, your number one problem is you most of the time, right? Or, you know, in case of me, you know, we always look to the outside for potential problems, and that's what we're, you know, that's what's in our genetic makeup, and that's from caveman times and everything else. But a lot of times our own issues are our own issues. They're not from someone else. They're not exterior or external or anything like that. It's simply the things that we chose to or not to do. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you are in the South Jersey, Central Jersey, Pennsylvania, even into Ocean County, Monmouth County, New Jersey, Delaware, parts of Maryland, we are a fence supplier. We predominantly just do vinyl and aluminum right now. Railing will be in shortly. Our router actually is in place, and then we get training on it Wednesday, so we'll have that up and running. But typically, we tell people we are not, we're basically not a needy girlfriend. We're not looking for all your orders. Of course, we'd like, that looks better, right? We don't need all your business. Of course, we would love it. But give us a shot, see what happens. I think we're really good. That's the feedback that we get on a very consistent basis, like every single day. People say that we actually care. You get in and out right away. You don't wait. You got my wife, which is 4'11", Italian and OCD, that runs the front, and she does not mess around. And then basically Fridays, every day we have snacks and stuff for you guys. So if you want to come in and grab coffee, and then there's usually like, there's like oatmeal and peanuts and all kinds of snacks. And then also what we end up doing is on Fridays, typically we'll have lunch. A lot of times it is Mexican food. We have a few Mexican staff on that work at our location, and honestly, we just absolutely love the food. It's authentic, it's really good. Sometimes we do pizza, but usually it's like donuts and pastries and all that kind of stuff. And then if you're having questions about or having issues within your business, that's where you can kind of come in on Fridays. So the best days for me to help out, answer any questions that you may have. And because at the end of the day, we fully realize that, you know, without your business, there is no our business, right? So that's where we help you grow. We help to see what kind of issues you're having and try to fix that for you and point you in the right direction. I don't claim to know all the answers. The one thing I will say is closing, which I did tell the other guy, it's not our strong suit. Or my previous company, we end up closing at, we were only closing at under 8%. So we had to talk to 12 people in order to book a job. That being said, I am a person that knows how to get leads. And because of closing at less than 8%, we were still doing over $2 million a year in revenue. So, so again, I'm not good at everything, but leads, if you need help with that, that's our deal. So anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day. Steak's finally done. Gonna go eat. See ya.